Oops. Oops. It looks like I'm live now. Hello there. I am John Harder. I am a trusted seller of TBC, and I have plenty of TBC, and I keep on getting more, which I'm grateful for. But me having very much TBC is probably not going to do very much good for all of the people out there that don't have any or have gotten the free Kringles gift but haven't taken care of the one-time fee for the wallet so that the transactions will be free for for years to come, for as long as you use TBC. uh, um, those are wonderful, wonderful benefits for a one-time $10 fee. Uh, a couple of months ago when Bitcoin rose to like, was it $20,000 per coin? That was, Bitcoin, that was a very high price for Bitcoin at the time. Some people made a lot of money, especially people who sold when it was at $20,000 per coin. And of course, selling a bunch at a price like that, and then the price taking a dive, really uh, so so what I wanted to do is I was just commenting on that some people made some really good money, but at the same time, when Bitcoin was at like $20,000 per coin, if you wanted to pay $10 for something with Bitcoin, that could easily cost like $70 worth of a transaction fee. Now, isn't doesn't that make a $10 one-time wallet fee extremely inexpensive when you think of it in those kind of terms? So anyhow, up front here, I wanted to let you know that I am a trusted seller of TBC. I help people out. I am willing to partner with you. If you have referrals who want to buy TBC, and and if you don't have your send button on, or you don't want to sell your own TBC, you see that can easily be the case too. Um, so anyway, I wanted that out of the way, and my website is cryptotbc.com. I might mention it again later, but it's that way so you know. Um, anyhow, yes, on this hangout, I want to uh, elaborate a little bit on some of the things that I'm excited about. I don't know if you are. I hope you are. I hope you will be if you don't know about them. Some of them. First of all, I'm excited about the um, uh, now what's it called? The TBC that we're going to go on next. The cruise. Yeah. I couldn't think of the word cruise. Yeah, the cruise that we're going on at TBC's third anniversary. So that's going to be very exciting. And another thing that I'm excited about is that since last year at this time of the year, I had a day job that barely got me by, and and I had I yeah, a year ago at this time, I didn't even know about TBC. I didn't even know about TBC. I found out about TBC in July. And in July, I bought some TBC, and this was because I was looking for something. I had last year, actually since the end of 2016, and then the beginning of 2017, I bought some other coins. I was not aware of TBC, but I had bought some other coins, and I made some really good money from, because I spent about $500 that I bought coin for, and by, was it April? I think it was in April when my coin, well, from February, uh, my coin had went all the way up to I had about $70,000 thereabouts. I believe it was. Was how much was that? Was it 70? How much had my dash and stuff gone up? I was just saying about $70,000. I don't think it was quite that much. I don't forget. I forget the number, but I hadn't really made money, and and I. But then it started nosediving. It started dwindling and dwindling and dwindling, and finally I had about $3,000 left, and it was sort of hovering there, and I started looking for something else, something. And my friend and I, we had talked on the weekend, and he was saying that he wished that there was a coin that would just go up in price and not down. And well, to me that seemed kind of impossible at the time, but I thought, well, but it's I sort of just forgot about what we had talked about. But then during the week, I happened to come across TBC, and the first thing I did is I called my friend up and said, Pedro, the coin that we talked about, that you said something about. I said, there's a coin like that, and so he checked it out, and I checked it out, and I bought some, um, and of course I was excited that I had bought like I think it was around $1,000 worth that I purchased, and bought my daughter some, and so on, and my wife bought some, and so we were kind of excited about this. Now we have a coin that only goes up in price, but little did we know what was going to happen in December. And this in December, actually, I think it was November when we were noticing, or admin was announcing the cookie rewards program. And well, at first, well, sure, yeah, something nice, something new for sure would be nice. But then, when we learned what it was really all about from the coin that I had purchased, but at first we thought it was only the new people that were coming in, the ones that were just coming in November and so on. But then admin announced that no, this is retrofit right from the first buyers. And so that really got me excited, because now I knew I was going to qualify for quite a few cookies. And by the end of December, I had multi-million dollars. That was yeah, that was really nice. I enjoyed that. Now, but some of the things that excite me, that are kind of exciting to me right now, is some of the security that's coming up on the internet. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, let's just look at the scenario a little bit. What has happened, or where we are on the internet, in really security wise, so we understand why this is kind of exciting. Okay, so um, the internet, since it began back in 1990, uh, in the .com, the .com boom, I guess you would call it. Websites, there's now millions and billions of websites. And of course, there are companies who have really cashed in on these on the World Wide Web, like Google and you know, is probably one of the biggest ones, Amazon and things like that. Okay, and what has happened now is that these huge companies, Facebook and Google and Twitter and those companies, that's now become a honeypot, a honeypot for government agencies to and not just government agencies, but hackers and things like that, to spy and to purchase our data from these companies. And what does that do to privacy? Now I know that you can sometimes talk to people. Well, I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. Well, uh, that depends, right? Maybe we think we have nothing to hide, and the question is it really about hiding? Is it really about hiding? And if it was, why would we need to hide? Who would we need to hide from? Well, if you have any idea how the banking system works, if you have any idea how the world runs, who is uh, behind the scenes pulling the strings, uh, I'm not talking about your government, our government, or whoever's government is in whatever country you might be. I'm talking about the companies that are above the government, the companies that control the government. But then above those companies, we have the banking cartel. The banking cartel is what has been in control for many years, and that is because they have the control of the monetary system, which is something that we have to have in order to make a living. But you see, these odds are changing. These odds are changing. And yeah, it's high time they do. It is high time they do. Uh, if you agree that it is time that those odds change, please please type in the chat, I agree. Because now our data is being harvested and we're being spied on in many areas, like all our data, phone calls, emails, all that goes through the huge data centers and is being harvested and used to spy on us. And this is becoming huge, becoming a huge deal, and some parts of the world maybe more so than here with us right now. But it is becoming a huge deal because, thank you. Um, it is becoming a huge deal because in some countries the freedom of speech has minimized much more than it has here as of yet, and we're hoping that it's going to turn around instead of get worse. But this is why security is becoming a big issue. And there are now some things coming up, like there's what's called the Internet of People. If you haven't heard about it, under this video there you will be able to find some links, as well as on CryptoTBC I have links as well that talk about this. Okay, so so the Internet of People, and I'm going to be checking out more about what exactly they're all doing. But from what I have checked out, I've checked out a few of their videos. and I find it very interesting of what they're all about. So if this is something that interests you, because not only is it a huge help in security, but also it will make opportunity. It opens up more opportunities for us as people. Now, um, so another thing that I also believe is something that helps us very much is that the if you're not familiar with the movie that is called Thrive, What on Earth Will It Take? Yeah, that's the title of it on YouTube. So if you aren't familiar with that movie, uh, it is a very, very, very good movie for information that helps you understand how the system works. What are the banking cartel really up to, and what are some steps that we can take to help uh, to help move forward and prosper again much more than what we have been. You see, I'm a huge believer that life should be wonderful. We should be excited to get up every morning and to just look forward for the day. It should be a new adventure of fun. That's what every day should be like. Just and it should never be that we should have to worry about how am I going to pay for everything? How am I going to make a living? That should never ever be a worry of ours. Never. We were born to be free. We were born to enjoy life. And that is the life that I believe that we will find in TBC. You see, TBC was designed to end world hunger. It was designed to end world hunger. How are we going to accomplish that? Well, actually, it's fairly simple. It's actually fairly simple. And when you understand that simplicity, I think is when it will begin to make sense why TBC is not in the exchanges. Because there's a very big difference between all of the coins that are in the exchanges and TBC. Not that I want to run any of those coins down. That's not my point. I think there's some great coins to make money with. Some of them have fallen through the cracks, but I think there's great opportunity in many of the cryptocurrencies as well. Uh, but TBC is different. TBC has a special purpose to fill. And that is why we are a community-based coin. This coin is based on the highest value a person could ever base anything on, and that's people, the community. You see, it's very simple actually when we think about it, because when you have something for sale, and if you do have something for sale, it's very likely that somebody else is looking for to buy that. But the two of you, you're gonna need to come up with an idea how much you want for what you're selling, and the other person is, what if he doesn't have money and he wants to give you something else for it? Well, you could barter that way. Or if it is money involved, well, then you need to come up with a price, right? You need to come up with how much you want for what you're selling. The other person, in order to buy that, well, you two need to come to an agreement. You need to come to an agreement. And that should never, ever need to involve a third party. That is not how life is supposed to be. I apologize if you disagree, if think that there should be a government taking a cut from that, but I just do not believe that should be the case. Anyhow, I'm I did that's not it's not that I want to argue about anything like that, but but that's my point anyways. And so I believe that we should be free. I believe that we should be free. And now, since I'm talking about freedom, on Crypto TBC, there is a link called True Freedom. If you go onto that page, you will find information that how you actually can become completely free from tax paying, uh, from any of that. It is possible. It is possible. So the information is there. So anyway, uh, yeah. What else? Um, there was the oh, another thing that I am excited about as well is that all over the world there are communities beginning to do their own thing. What I mean by that is communities they're starting people are starting to build their own communities. Uh, Let me just digress for a wee bit here because the reason that excites me is because here in our local town in Delhi, just recently there's at least three stores right here on Main Street, just down the street from us. Three at least three businesses that closed down. Just around the corner, there's another couple of them, and there's there's actually a few more just near our street here of businesses that closed down, not you know since not that long ago. This town, uh, now it's getting to be a little number of years ago. I'm not exactly sure. I think the last factory that closed down here maybe about 10 years ago, and then another one probably about 15 or so years ago. But these were these were companies employing like a good number of people in this town. But that has all died. That has all died. Stores, stores are disappearing. Local stores, they're disappearing. They're going bankrupt, and it's falling apart. Why is that? Why is that? It's because the money is being channeled through the large store chains and large companies are where that's where people are being hired. People have to drive a lot further to work. There's these things are and it's and what's happening is local businesses are choked out. And what happens to a community when that goes on like that? People are they're driven apart. There isn't a closeness with community. There's no, you know, people don't seem to mingle much. People are way too much by themselves into everything. Work is far away, and then of course then there's Facebook, so they chat on Facebook and things like that, where everything is public. They're being monitored. I don't know if monitoring is exactly the word. There's we're being uh, it's being spied on anyways. That's basically what my point is. But but what's happening is freedom. Our freedom is just being siphoned away from us. Our freedom is, our wealth is, our you know it's all just being siphoned away, and I think way too much we have blindly given it up, without being aware of it. We've given it up. But now I'm seeing that these things are coming back. These things are coming back. And some of them are through decentralized programs or applications, rather. So it's wonderful to see. And some of these, they have a coin attached. And again, I just want to take a couple of minutes and touch on the monetary system yet. If we want to have our freedom back, we need to find ways to use other currencies than what the banks are providing. Because by using their monetary system, the debt-based system, it keeps us in bondage. And not only that, we're feeding, because they are kind of like leeches that are just sucking the life out of us while we're struggling just to keep them fed. And TBC is a wonderful, wonderful tool that help us do that. And in many ways, the impoverished have already been helped by how much the coin is going up, and in many ways they're going to be helped because we can build local communities again. I think those are wonderful things that are happening, and that will dismantle the the latches or the chains or the bondage that the elite have on us when we can move away from using their system. So wonderful things are coming. It's a great future, and I am looking forward to bringing TBC to many, many, many more people and bring it to its full swing and full value of 1 billion coin per, or $1 billion or euros per TBC coin. All right, with this I better sign off. I believe my time is up. So you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Do subscribe to the channel. This helps very much to help our community grow faster. And we'll see you again. Actually, before I leave, I just want to tell you this. From now on, my channel will be on later in the evening because my spot had been booked. I forgot about it this morning, and later my spot was taken, and I think there is somebody else that would really like to have this spot. That's fine. But mine is going to be at 11 o'clock Eastern time. That's when I will be doing mine from now on. So tomorrow night at 11, if you want to join my channel again. Thank you so much.